What's up, brothers and sisters of the internet? It's good to see you guys again, as it always is. So yesterday I came back from a meditation retreat, and I have to say that alongside semen retention, meditation in long forms, as well as not looking at your phone, is literally a game changer. Now, I'm sure a lot of you will be familiar with the term dopamine detox. I've been doing semen retention for quite some time now. I've done long streaks of like a few months to almost a year, about 255 days max, to like a few weeks to a few days. And then I've also done meditation for long periods of time where I could go about 2 hours, or as of this whole year, I've just been doing 5 minutes every morning, every day, 5 minutes. As soon as I wake up, 5 minutes meditation, minimum. Now, what I noticed with these practices is that I do find a little bit more peace. I do find myself being able to take that pause, take that breath. But for some reason, I noticed that the actual benefits of feeling calm and feeling grounded started to plateau. I was only able to get so far, and I was only able to feel so calm, feel so balanced. I started to wonder what it was, and eventually I just pushed it aside. Now, when I saw the email for this retreat, I felt as though it was important that I go, like my whole body was just telling me you have to go. Instinctually, I knew. So I went. Now, I feel like I could talk about the actual process of what took place and all the exercises we did in that event. But what I really want to discuss today is how if you put your phone away and you choose to not be constantly distracted, you will find great benefits. And if you're adding this on top of your semen retention practice, as well as your meditation and your other journaling, as well as your exercises, my God, you will become a new man or woman. You will become a new person. It was almost as if another layer was being taken off. Now, I've said this before about semen retention, how a layer will be taken off from your eyes. Like, you will be able to see things in a new way. Meditation will also do the same. For me, it felt as though I already had two things going on, that I was doing pretty good. I was utilizing these two tools, but there was one more tool that I actually had to utilize if I wanted to maximize the power of these tools. And that was literally just a break from my phone. It was so simple, like a break from my phone. How fucking simple is that? See, we're constantly feeding ourselves dopamine every day from the foods that we eat, the things that we consume on our phone, us just scrolling on social media, watching TV, eating junk food, or pleasuring ourselves, right? Doing drugs, whatever, all those things. But the one that we have the most access to, other than food, is our cell phone, our social media habits. Imagine you're constantly scrolling. Like, the first thing that a lot of people do in the morning is they like to scroll on their phone. They look at their phone and they start scrolling. And I learned this quite some time ago, and for me, this was a big hack into actually becoming productive. As soon as I get up from my bed, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I literally sit down and I meditate. I don't look at my phone for about 30 minutes to an hour, 30 minutes minimum. And I'd sit there, I'd do my meditation, I'd meditate for at least like 5 minutes. And that changes everything for me, because I know that I'm not programming my mind to just all of a sudden scroll onto my phone. I lose my focus. Honestly, it just becomes harder. It becomes harder to focus. It becomes harder to actually want to make a video like this. Other than staying away from my phone for 2 days and, not feeling distracted and feeling extreme focus and pleasure for the simple things in life, other than that, I got to relearn what it was like to sleep early and wake up early again. So every day we were sleeping at about 9 and we were waking up at 6 in the morning. Some days it was 4 o'clock, but on average it was like 6 o'clock. I was literally taking a dump all the time, like in the morning and at nighttime. And that sounds like it's just oversharing, but the reason why I say this is because sleep correlates with your digestion and your mood and the way that you act and behave in the morning. It has to do with all those things. For those people that like to stay up late, and this is also a message for myself, You don't realize how tired you really are until you actually start to sleep early and then you wake up early. If you get a good night's sleep and you sleep early and then you wake up early, you'll feel pretty refreshed. You do this for a few days and all of a sudden you'll realize that you feel tired and you want to sleep more. That's because the body's trying to catch up on sleep that it didn't get for such a long period of time. And I noticed that my whole nervous system was just so chilled out. There's times, of course, where I'm still like, trying to recalibrate and I'm kind of like everywhere, a little bit neurotic. But during this whole entire retreat, I had moments of calmness and relaxation and bliss. And I just walk around in the nature because there's like 7 acres on that property. I'm looking at like bushes and leaves and trees. I'm just in awe because I get to see the true beauty of what's actually in front of me, When you're out here just fapping and like you're constantly eating junk food or you're scrolling on your phone, you won't get to see the beauty of those things because your dopamine is going to tell you that you need higher and higher amounts of dopamine from things that give you that dopamine. And unfortunately, nature in itself doesn't cause that spike of dopamine, but for good reason. I say this because high levels of dopamine actually isn't good for you. And when you have high levels of dopamine flooding your brain, you can't really get anything done. You're always going to be a slave to whatever it is that produces that high amount of dopamine, like drugs, like porn, like junk food. I do encourage you to hop on semen retention if it applies to you. I do encourage you to meditate, take cold showers, or even journal, as well as breath work. But I also encourage you to fast from your phone. Take a break from your phone at least once a week. This is something that I will be doing every Sunday. I will literally just take a break from my phone. I'll turn that thing off or at least put it on silent and not look at it all day. I just wanted to share this with you guys because I felt as though you might find the power within this as well and use it to your advantage. Make sure that you become the best version of yourself. You start seeing how many things are actually distracting you from becoming your greatest version. People out here trying to sell you sex all the time. People out here trying to sell you junk food all the time. People out here trying to sell you weed all the time, drugs all the time. Now, for the people that are into the cannabis, I'm not going to hate because I used to be a pothead too. But cannabis does have its drawbacks as well as its benefits, so I'm not going to get into that. What I am trying to say is that you don't need anything outside of yourself to actually feel great. Everything that you need is within yourself. And the craziest part is that sometimes the greatest things that are for us is get rid of those things that are outside of us, or at least take a break from them. I know life isn't going to be perfect, your plans aren't going to always go to plan, but I will make it a great effort to sleep early every day as much as possible, as well as stay away from my phone on Sundays, because that just changed my life, dude. I feel so much better. I feel a lot calmer. My body feels less inflamed, and when I actually look into people's eyes, sometimes it scares them, but the people that are receptive to it, there's like this connection that you guys get. All I know is that when my dopamine levels are regulated, and when I look into somebody's eyes, it's almost like I actually am able to acknowledge the person as a person, and they're able to acknowledge me as a person. Not just an NPC, not just something that's there, or not just some vessel looking back at you, It's very weird, bro. It's really weird how we've gotten to this state. It's crazy. So many distractions. So much goofiness around here. It's not the type of goofiness that we consider to be funny or cute, It's just like this weirdo type of goofiness that's made people into some weirdos. And it's not the type of weirdos that we consider to be cool and unique either. One more thing, I've also noticed that this overall dopamine detox, whether it's semen retention or your cell phone or the meditations and eating clean, literally will make you feel vulnerable. it will force you to open up. It will make you feel sensitive. And when you feel that way, you must question, why is it that I feel this way? The more you question and the more that things pop up and you continue to question those things, at some point you will find the answer. It may not be in that moment in time, but like, you will find the answer. It'll come up. Dopamine detox is what will take you to the next level. I'm still going to preach meditation and breath work, you know? But I did want to bring this up. Taking a break from your phone is really important. Taking a break from social media is very important. And making sure that you make an effort to sleep when the sun goes down and rise when the sun comes up. Now, this isn't going to be something that you're going to do drastically, most likely, but keep it in mind. Keep it in your toolbox. And maybe someday you might choose to use that tool. So with that being said, my name's Ian. I'm here to help you evolve your mind, body, and spirit. And if you like this video, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, as well as the bell so you know when I'm going to make content just like this. And until next time, much love. Peace out.